Hey guys, we are here to do a review on the Uncharted 4 beta game for the multiplayer version. I didn't bother with the story mode. I'm going to wait for the video game itself to come out. I don't want any cheats. I don't want to see anything ahead of time. I just want to play it straight through when it comes out. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the multiplayer and see if that's as hot as it can be. It's coming from the folks at Naughty Dog, who of course gave us Last of Us, in my personal opinion, still the greatest shooter game there is out there. So my first impressions of this game is it seems to mix a lot of different things together. You've got Last of Us features in here. You've got things that remind me of Star Wars Battlefront. You've got things that remind me of Mortal Kombat and, of course, Call of Duty. That said, you would think you have a pretty solid game. My first impressions, it's a little busy. Let's go through it, though, and I'll show you some different things about it, both that I like and that I'm not really fond of. So here we are. Like Star Wars, you're going to be one of the main characters, whether the heroes or the villains. That part is very similar. The style of game, very similar to Battlefront. It's a lot of running around. There's a lot of killing. There's a little bit more strategy to this one versus Star Wars. Again, you're 5-on-5 teams here versus 18 on 18 or whatever the hell it is for Star Wars, where it's just mass chaos. Here we're looking at some of the different taunts you can do after you execute one of your people. Of course, they all have to be purchased or unlocked through achievements throughout the game, which we'll show more about that as we go along here. So guys, one of the things you're going to want to notice when the game kicks in here, and we're going to show some highlights of that, is the maps, obviously, are the big thing. You'll see a bunch of diamonds on the map. Of course, those take over the boxes from Last of Us. So in Last of Us, you have to hit the box to get more tools and supplies and things of that nature. In this situation, you have to hit the diamonds. And of course, the diamonds are strategically placed where you are at risk to get them, and other teams are going to snipe you out and use that as an area in which to score victories. Here's the basic controls. The layouts tells you what everything does, and it's very much the same as the game itself. So if you play the game, then the controls are pretty simple. Pretty much everything you can do in the game, you can do in this. A lot of running and ducking. You can switch shoulders.
You can't run from me.
Like The Last of Us, you don't just kill them. You down them first, then you kill them. And if not, they can be picked up and revived just like The Last of Us. You have a lot more climbing ability, exactly like you do in the game. A lot of running and ducking. And again, this is the part that kind of reminds me a little bit of Call of Duty. It's a little more teamwork in this, but still at the same point, a lot of chaos ruling the day here. Gonna have to take out Elena in this one. Sorry, girl. You can use that grappling hook as a weapon. So once again, just like Last of Us, you have your backpack. You can go in there and decide which of the tools you want. Now, you're not going to go and build bombs and things of that nature. You can get a one-use weapon here based on the amount of points you've scored. And that goes back to those diamonds. There's one right there. You need the diamonds to get the money. You need the money to get the toys. And that's what's going to help advance you. And some of these things are pretty cool. But then at the same point in time, they're a little bit far-fetched. And that's where you kind of lose me. What I loved about Last of Us is the fact that with Last of Us, it's very realistic in the sense that you're 4-on-4. You're shooting to kill. Communication between your teammates is paramount. Whereas here is a lot more chaos running around. You can see some people that are definitely scoping things out. But here's an example. One of my guys had this feature for health where he drops it down and everyone on our team that's within range of that blue cloud is healthy again.
How do I do it? That's a good question.
So there's the Mortal Kombat aspect of it. Your characters will yell their little taunts after each kill. And that definitely reminded me a lot of Cassie Cage right there. You can hang and shoot at the same time, which gives you a little bit better opportunity to stay undercover. The grappling hook, of course, will swing you around throughout different caverns and things of that nature, but it makes a great weapon as well.
They should get Pulitzers for this.
And again, the Mortal Kombat aspect of it.
Here comes backup.
Alright, so in this case, I'm using one of my extras, and it's a backup. So this guy basically is going to be there and just shoot at my enemies with me. And he's kind of like my personal bodyguard. He'll follow me around until his little circle of health is gone. So depending how good the other team is. He might last a little while. He might only last a few seconds. But he's good in a pinch if you're trapped by yourself and you have that. All of a sudden, you're not by yourself anymore. But again, not exactly realistic that a person just appears out of midair. So again, chaos everywhere. Lots of chaos. And at the end of the day, sometimes you just got to go down to brute force. All right, here's one of those moments. I know where she is, but she knew I was coming as well and got the better of me. They deployed one of their totem poles. Again, not very realistic, and the totem pole is now seeking out everyone on our team that it can. Of course, it found me. So there's a variety of things you can do in this game. Is it fun? Yes. If you buy the game strictly from multiplayer, I have a funny feeling you're going to be very disappointed with it. Star Wars Battlefield played it great for a week and a half. I haven't picked it up in a week and a half. I'm buying this strictly for the storyline because I know it's going to be amazing. And I'll play some multiplayer in the meantime. So hopefully this has helped you guys out. If you haven't had a chance to play it, catch you next time.